March 4th has come and went. That, of course, is the day, if you're unfamiliar with what day that was supposed to be, it was supposed to be the day, according to QAnon conspiracy theorists, that Donald Trump was to begin his second term. He was going to be sworn in, and everything would be right with the world. That is, of course, after January 20th fell apart. And then, now, of course, they're saying, the March 4th was actually a false flag. It was the FBI. They were the deep state. They were setting this up. The real date is March 20th. But now, with Q World kind of tearing itself apart, with all these different predictions going wrong and changing of the predictions and all this stuff, one woman's viral TikTok video has an explanation of what is really going on. Oh, get this. It turns out, according to her, that Biden isn't actually in the White House because he's not Joe President. Take a look.
So I guess this needs to be said too. All you people that think Biden is the president, you guys cannot get no stupider, okay? He's not in the White House. It's closed down. He is on a movie set. You guys are so freaking ignorant that I just have to laugh, because you're not hurting my feelings. Never one time did Trump ever have to fake anything he's done. Not one time. He don't fake shit. Why is Biden faking he's in the White House? Because he's not your president. Wake the fuck up. How dumb can you be? You're so dumb. You're the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Educate yourself, people.
I ain't even mad. That was fantastic. Oh, that was so good. Oh, the levels of cope here. Oh, magnifique. That's great. If that is not, I'm torn. Either this is grade A tier S, parody shit posting, or it really is some crazy stuff there. Wow. Oh, you know what? She's not grandma. She's Q-ma. She is the Q-ma, right? Q grandma. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good. All right. So, all right. Now, that conspiracy that Biden is he's not Joe President because they filmed the president stuff in the movie in a studio. I mean, it's a new one, but it's actually not a new one. It's actually an old one. It's actually kind of like an offshoot of the moon landing conspiracy. We didn't actually go to the moon because they filmed it in the studio. It's all being filmed. It's all being filmed on Studio 7A in the Paramount lot. I'm sorry, not the Paramount lot, but it's actually being filmed in the NBC lot, because MSNBC and the deep state. Yes. Okay. Now, if Joe Biden isn't the president and he's just filming this, he's just kind of phoning it in or being recorded or whatever, then who is president? And if Trump is still president, why has he been on the golf course ever since January 20th? I mean, then again, okay, to be fair, President Trump did spend a lot of his time on the golf course during his actual presidency. Fair point. But then why is he living in Florida constantly yelling at his TV? I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, of course, that must be fake news, right? It must be fake news. Obviously, look, in this situation, the delusion is strong, very, very strong. You're not getting through that. Okay. I mean, one more thing too about what she said. Okay. Donald Trump, Donald Trump never faked shit. Really? Yeah, he's actually faked almost everything. I mean, he hired people to be at his rallies when he first launched his campaign. It's true. Then when it took off, of course, then it filled up organically. But at the very first, when he started, he did have to hire people to show up because he didn't want to talk to an empty crowd. So there was another politician who also, for the first part of his campaign, actually spoke to a fairly empty room, and that was Bernie Sanders. Once Bernie Sanders' message began to resonate, then it really took off, and he was filling very, very large stadiums. Trump was kind of the same way. Once his message took off, the Republicans then flocked to him and his. But starting out, no, it was fake. Now, Bernie Sanders didn't have to pay anybody, but Donald Trump did. And so that's something that was fake about him. Not only that, but you know that Donald Trump actually also hated the drain the swamp. The saying drain the swamp. And there's video of him saying, I didn't really like that. I mean, that is until you guys liked it. Then now I actually kind of like it. Now it's growing on me. Something that Trump's always done is A/B test his audience. So he says something and he gauges crowd reaction to it. And if they don't react positive to it, he never really brings it up again. If they do react positive to it, then he ends up bringing it up again and again and making it part of his little act, his little set, right? Because that's what it is. It basically is a set where he goes and he talks, to his crowd, to his faithful, and that's it. And that's really it. It's just it's really sort of like entertainment for the crowd. And understand that there are people who find him incredibly entertaining. And so it is almost like a show for them. It really is. It really is strange. But here's the other thing. And this is the other thing is like, okay, kind of harmless, right? When you just like talk to your crowd because you like to hear the sound of your voice. But the biggest thing that he has faked and the most damaging is the idea that he understands and represents working people. He doesn't. He's not a working person. He's never worked a day in his life. Not really. And yet he pretended to be the working man, the president of the working man. But here's the thing. He ended up getting actually thousands, tens of thousands of working people killed as a result of his disastrous coronavirus response. How's that being on the side of working people? I'm just saying, like, okay. Again, that's what bothers me. Okay. And look, maybe this is because partly that, nobody else was speaking for the working class. I mean, except for Bernie. Hillary Clinton gave off incredibly strong establishment elitist vibes. And still, though, if you were desperate enough to look past Trump's, racism, or you wanted somebody else to blame other than capitalism for, the things that are going wrong in your life, possibly, then, well, and if racism isn't a deal breaker, then I guess Donald Trump's still your guy. I guess. But this woman, I don't get that from her. You know what I get from her? Nutty vibes. She's cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She's just nuts. And in fact, it's not her first video. In a previous video, she actually called on friends in the South to send her videos of the storm that hit Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas that caused the disaster. That's, of course, the recent ice storm that shut down power to a lot of, millions of homes in Texas. Now, she explained that she had seen videos online. I showed you one of them of somebody trying to light their snow on fire. Now, that, of course, isn't actually snow being on fire. No, but this has been spread as a conspiracy about, it's the fake snow. The Democrats and Antifa are creating fake snow in order to prove that climate change isn't actually real, and that it was actually Biden that tried shutting down the states to make Republicans look bad, and somehow Donald Trump also looks bad. Wait. No, that's hilariously dumb. I mean, it's not true, and it's also really, really stupid. Now, the explanation, of course, as I explained on the show, when this happens, that the snow actually like goes back into the snowball instead of dripping out because it refreezes. And also the so-called scorch marks of, the snow being lit on fire. Oh my God. It's chemical. It's a result of butane. It's soot. Okay. But like any explanation that makes people feel stupid for not knowing how it actually works. And here's the thing. If you don't know something and you ask a question and it seems pretty simplistic, that's okay. Like, to get told what the real reality is and to go, oh boy, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I really didn't know that. I probably should have, but you know what? I didn't know that. Hey, you know what? Totally fine. We should learn new things every day. You should take time out of your day and learn something new. You know what? Because that's good. If we stop learning, I always said, it's not dying that's the worst. It's not learning things. It's not being able to learn new information or new things. That's really kind of what life's all about. Learning new things, having new experiences, at least according to me. But, for them, well, they see something that they don't know that's pretty simplistic and they think, no, that can't be. Because if that's true, then I'm an idiot. And I'm not an idiot. So it must be Antifa Jewish space lasers. That's what it must be. Or, in this case, Antifa fake president. Now, look, there are people who unfortunately get sucked into believing things that aren't true, and they do eventually wake up and realize they're wrong. We're seeing some of this from former QAnon members that are like, oh my God, it turns out that everything that I believed was just nothing. It was insanity, and it was wrong. Oh my God, I can't believe I put stock into that. Hey, look, you know what? That happens to people. I get it. And, I'm glad that they've woken up. This woman, I think she's too far gone. She went down the conspiracy hole a little too far. I don't think she's coming back. I think at a certain point, there are people that just tend to believe in just about anything, so long as it supports their already established worldview. And that's how they continue to not only believe, but also to disseminate harmful conspiracy theories. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.